Who's out there? Hello and welcome, Poochie. You're gold. Peach Boy and Alice occasionally, and 3 others. You guys get silver, bronze, and all the medals after that. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Lots to unpack. Lots to unpack. By the way, I don't know if anybody else around the country outside of Texas, Oklahoma get Ramblers, but they're so great. They're a great, no endorsement, by the way. I don't know these guys, but I love, they're like Austin made, carbonated, flavored water. Anyway, happy Sunday. Thanks for everybody who's jumping in here and hanging out. You might have seen Nerd HQ. We have our own little fundraising tab here on Instagram. I am currently raising money right now for Nerd HQ. If you don't know what Nerd HQ is, I won't give you the full backstory, but basically created an event years ago at San Diego Comic-Con. We raised lots of money and awareness for an organization called Operation Smile, who I'm still a fan and ambassador for. I spun that event entirely into a full mental health 501c3, and so we are trying to raise therapy for anyone and everyone around the world who can't afford it, which is most people. Typically, a session of therapy average $250-ish bucks, $240. So that's what I've got the fundraiser set to right now, is $240. So we can get at least one person, one session of therapy. And if we can go beyond $240, that would be amazing. Then we can get more people, more therapy, because guys, we need therapy more than we've ever needed therapy in the history of mankind. We are finally figuring out what all these traumas have led us to. We're in the most enlightened, capable, amazing part of human existence, and we are also literally coming apart at the seams. We're coming apart at the seams. And yesterday in the US, I know not everybody here on Instagram who's following me is from the US, but I'm sure you saw it in your country on the news that former President Trump was nearly killed. He was nearly assassinated at a rally. Now, today, or I could have been last night, today, Bobby Kennedy Jr., RFKJ, who is also running for president, that's my t-shirt, he posted out a few things condemning the actions of the shooter, first and foremost, obviously, but that we would rally in prayer around former President Trump and his family, in that he would be okay and recover and be safe. And I have gotten some messages back in response to my reposting of his messages that I feel like require some clarifying. If I hadn't made it very clear already on my social media, I very much am in favor of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. being the next president of the United States. I believe that between him and Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I believe him to be the most earnest, honest, full of integrity and authenticity by miles and miles. I don't look at any people, or try not to look at any people or any individual person as an evil person. I believe that people do evil, but I don't look at Joe Biden and I don't look at Donald Trump as being evil human beings. And I think this is part of the problem, and this is something I wanted to talk about today. But even though I don't believe them to be evil, I don't believe them to be in the best interest of this country and the people in this country. I believe that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both captured on some level, either by big government or big industry or both. That's my personal feeling. I know everybody has very different ideas about what they think is going on in this world and what the truth is. And I'm not trying to diminish you or belittle you or vilify you in any way if you believe that Joe Biden is the greatest guy in the world, or if you think Donald Trump is the greatest guy in the world. I think we should all be discussing. I think it's very, very sad and very scary. A poor connection. All right, well, let's just maybe... Oh. There, maybe we're back. I don't know where this is all left off on your bad connection on your end, but I don't believe that those guys, at the end of the day, I don't believe that they have this country's best interest in mind, and I don't think they have the humanity and integrity that Bobby does. This is my personal opinion. I respect that every one of you out there in this country has every right to go feel and vote the way that you want to. But I implore you to take a deeper dive and look at who Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is, and try to look past a lot of what the media says, because, by the way, the media, whether you're left, right, or center, the media is not honest. It is not honest. I would say that they have biases all over the place, and particularly against people like Robert Kennedy Jr. and, by the way, even Donald Trump. I think that we need to be very careful about what we're taking in and what the messaging is. And by the way, I could be totally wrong. I try to double check myself and triple check myself all the time. I'm not trying to push any narrative that isn't true either. I don't want to just be a puppet of what people are telling me, up there, wherever the fuck up there is. But I say all that to say I do not endorse Donald Trump as the president. I didn't vote for him the first time, and I'm not going to vote for him this time. I don't believe that he, deep down, has the integrity that I need in the leader of the free world. I don't think that he is wholesale a horrible person. I think that he has unhealed traumas in his own life that have led him to be far more about himself. And that's narcissism, and that's greed. And that's where a person like him has gotten to because of his really bad programming. Joe Biden has also had really bad programming. And there's narcissism and greed in him. It is activating and manifesting in very different ways, sometimes very similar ways. But these are not the leaders that we want, guys. I can't say it enough. Like, from the depths of my soul, those are not men with a moral compass that I think is in our best interest, our collective best interest. I do think that Robert Kennedy is. But just because I didn't vote for Trump then, and I'm not going to vote for Trump now, does not mean ever that I would revel in someone trying to take his life and then hoping that they did, and then being upset that they didn't, and then not wanting to at least extend good wishes towards someone living to stay alive. And what I have seen in this last day is so tragic and shocking and sad, that there are so many people on the left side of this political framework, regular people out there, who are legitimately disappointed that the shooter missed, and they're joking about it. And even people who aren't that way but are upset with me that I would even want to extend prayers to Trump and his family for safety and recovery. Y'all, if you are at a place in your life, I mean this, and this is the biggest reason I wanted to get on today, because it's just I can't shake it. The powers that be. And it's not every Republican and it's not every Democrat, guys, but there are enough in both parties to control those parties and control those narratives. And what they have done is a very good job at dividing all of us so insanely, and dividing us through this use of really deep-rooted and seated fear that creates actual hate. That you can look at, if you on the left can look at someone like Trump and genuinely believe that he's some kind of new Hitler, is not because he is a new Hitler. It's because you have been, again, okay, now we're back. I think we're back. You have been so susceptible to the lies that they are feeding you through your fears. And it's like, I don't blame you. It's hijacking us. They use our fear to plant hate in us. And so all the left messaging toward their constituency, they have programmed you to believe that he is some version of Hitler, and everyone on the right. You have been programmed to believe that Joe Biden is just the liberal version of that same Hitler. And guys, I'm not defending either one of their horrible traits. I'm not defending either one of their horrible whatevers. I don't like them either. Either one of them, I do not believe them to be the men we want leading this country. I don't. But if we are to a point as a society where we are wishing our enemy dead, where we believe we have been fed and believed so passionately and fervently and toxically that they better that they would be dead and we don't ever have to hear any of what they have to say. We've lost the plot. And we've lost it. We are losing it right now. We are so divided, and they want it to be that way. So that it is all obfuscation, so that we can all hate each other and not hold them accountable. Because let me tell you, the powerful parties within each party are controlling all of it. That is what's going on. Here, let me put a few more tinfoil hats on. Deep state, all of these things. Guys, we don't live in a country that is controlled by a president. We don't live in a country that's even controlled by the president and the president's cabinet. We live in a country that's controlled by lots of different things pulling in lots of different ways. And not just our country, lots of other countries. This world in general. Wake up. We got to wake up. We got to open our eyes. This is not we all wanted to believe it because it felt so good and so right, particularly in the United States, that we were so on top of shit, that we have the righteousness. We look at us, we fought in World War I and II and helped win both of those wars, and all of resting on the laurels. And right out of World War II, y'all, the military industrial complex and the industrial complex across the board, all around, all of the industrial complexes have been paying off legislators and politicians through lobby money. They're all bought and sold. And so that's where we are right now. That's where we are. And we have to realize that we're all being lied to, collectively, the people of this country who should be in charge. They are all public servants. That's what they're supposed to be. And they are not serving us on either side. So I think we should all vote for this guy. I think one of the greatest lies that's ever been perpetrated on the face of this planet, but certainly in this country. And by the way, it's one of the most insane lies because it's one of the only things that both parties actually agree on, which is, a vote for a third party is a wasted vote. That lie, that insidious lie, that, by the way, is very provably wrong, because it's only true if we all believe it. That's not true. We are self-fulfilling that by never choosing a third party, by never giving that third party the actual chance that they could have to get in there and shake all this duopoly up. But we never do it because in the back of our mind, they've incepted us. In the back of our mind, it's a wasted vote. It's a wasted vote. Oh, it's going to help the guy that I don't like. It's going to help the guy that I like less. Because isn't that what we're doing right now? We're all voting for the lesser of two evils. Isn't that what we're doing? This guy is a good guy. And I've looked through all of the various comments and concerns. And guys, please do your fact checking. Go deeper than what you're sending me. It's a lot of articles and things that have all well been debunked. He's a good dude. He's not perfect. I don't agree with them on everything that he's saying. But what I do know he's willing to do is actually sit down and listen and change his mind. He's not going to hold some hard line because, this is the way it's got to be. He is listening to people, and he's changing his policy on the fly based on what he's listening to. That's the guy you want, or girl that you want to have in office. That's what you want. That's a leader. That's a leader. So I believe that if we all actually just decided, yes, you know what? We want something better. We want something different, and we can have it. We can do it. Because a vote for a third party is not a wasted vote if enough of us do it, guys. So that's what I believe. I believe it with all of my heart. He is the right man for the job. He's the best of all three that we could be looking at right now. He's a human. They're all humans, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, he's a human. Like, he's actually feeling what we're feeling. He's not outside of that because of money and influence and everything. The guy has gone to hell and back, and he's honest with his foibles, and he's honest with his mistakes. And I just don't think that Biden and Trump are those people. I don't think they're capable of that level of honesty and vulnerability. I don't think that they have gone through enough self-reflection and healing of their own to really be that level of human, to care enough about wanting to get into this system and fix it and not just using it for their advantage, which is what they've been doing up until this point. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you for everyone out there who disagrees with me. I thank you in advance for your patience with me, and that you would hopefully still send me love even though you might disagree with me. I genuinely only want to be the best me that I can be, and I want all of us to be our best us, and I want this country and this world to be the best versions of themselves, respectively. And I will never, ever feel so much hate for someone because the political powers and media want me to feel that hate. I will never, ever, ever, ever do that. And none of us should. We should never feel such a disdain for another human life. May we all dive deeper into empathy and recognize that we are all products of our environment. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. Even the worst human you could possibly think of on this planet is a product of their environment. And we've got to start there. Even if it means our political rivals and people that you've been told over and over and over and over again, they're evil, they're evil, they're evil, they're evil. You have to reject that, reject that, reject that. People do evil. And there are people that I guess you could say that they are evil because they are acting in nothing but evil. But this is a whole bunch of propaganda both ways, guys. If you're on the right, you're being told that Biden and all of the left are evil. And if you're on the left, you're being told that Trump and all of the right are evil. And that the Bobby Kennedys are evil. And this is a lie. There are many people in those parties that are doing a lot of really fucking horrible things, and we need to hold them accountable. But we cannot do it by losing our own humanity. You cannot slay a monster. You can't become a monster while slaying the monster. Then you're just you're just becoming the next monster. We can't do that. That's not the way forward. We cannot hate our way to a better future. We can only love our way there. Do you want the amazing world and future that I want? Because I think you do. I think we all do. I think we want that like crazy, amazing Star Trek future where like nobody actually has to work. We're all just like exploring the universe and learning and growing. And we've got replicators that give us all the things that we could possibly ever want. We have medical technology that keeps us all healthy and strong and safe. And nobody's capitalizing on it, on monetizing on it. Nobody's taking advantage of every single one of us all the time, which is the world that we live in right now. We don't want that world. We want the better world. But that world comes out of love. Recognizing that we're all deserving of that world. Not just some of us. Not just half of us. Everyone. We're all deserving of that better world and that better future. And the sooner we can get to that conclusion, the sooner we get to that fucking destination, guys. Anyway, all right. That's what I got. That's what I got for this Sunday. Vote Kennedy. Please. But vote your conscience. Dig deep into what the issues are. Do what you got to do. Go with God. But I do implore you to take a deeper look at this guy. I think he's the way. Right now, in this scenario, right now, definitely the best of all of our options. Sending you all so much love, so much light. And by the way, thank you to everybody who's donated. I can't see how much, maybe I can actually, hold on. No, I can't. They're not giving me a total on the fundraise, but however much we raised today, thank you. This is a perfect example of why we all need therapy, y'all, because we're all being literally manipulated and traumatized on a daily basis. And we all need healing. We need to be healed. We need to be healed. The sooner we can heal ourselves, the sooner we're able of helping other people to heal, you know? So, somebody they can see you guys, 550 plus. Awesome. That's two therapies, such as a therapy at least. Love you guys. Bless you guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And we'll see you really soon.